What's the point of productivity? Productivity is about producing more and more efficiently. But what are we producing and why are we producing it? The natural question before what's the point of productivity is, what's the point of producing? Why create things? Why finish projects? Why put in the effort necessary to bring your work out into the world? There's currently a backlash happening against productivity culture, calling out the problems with the constant hustle and the grind set and the idea that your value is determined entirely by your output. And a lot of those are valid criticisms, but here's what I think is missing from that conversation. Productivity isn't about just staying busy or working for the sake of working. It's about bringing what's genuinely inside of you out into the world. And that matters for your personal well-being and for our collective well-being. There are things inside of us that want to come out, and holding them in is actually toxic. So when we externalize what's in our hearts, when we create and finish and share sincere work, that contributes to a harmonious reality inside yourself and a harmonious reality in the world we share. So yes, when you or I are in a naturally productive phase, there's real value in being as efficient and effective and productive as possible to bring more high-quality work out in less time, because we feel better when what we're meant to bring into the world is actually getting out. I personally feel like I'm in a naturally productive phase of my life right now. What about you? I'm 37 years old, and a few years ago I became a father, and that really shifted something in me. I feel like there's a real natural provider energy in fatherhood, and I want to step into that fully. I've been lucky to be able to soak up so much over the last decades from so many different parts of the world and so many different areas of interest, and I feel like all of that is ready to come back out of me in a unique way now. Not to be productive or check the boxes, but because expressing what's inside of me is part of harmonizing myself and hopefully contributing something meaningful to the world too. There's a verse in the Gospel of Thomas that I really resonate with, supposedly from Jesus. It says, "If you bring forth what is within you will save you. But if you do not bring forth what is within you, then what you do not bring forth will destroy you." That's not about productivity in the way that we usually think of productivity, but it is absolutely about bringing your inner work into the outer world, and I feel like it's very profound. Of course, there are many interpretations of this verse, and I think all of them are really worth getting into at some point, but I'm curious to know, how does that hit you when you first hear it? There are things inside us that want to come out, expressions of who we are, inventions and creations, and the spark of creativity itself is inside of us, and holding that in creates this tension, this toxicity. When they're outside of us, when we've externalized what was internal, they have the ability to help us, to create harmony. And this isn't abstract. I've felt this, and I'm almost certain that you have too, that feeling of relief from getting something out that's been locked inside of you, and that feeling of alignment that comes from that. And I've definitely felt the opposite too. I remember one day I was in a very funny mood, and I just felt like the right music will really help me to just process whatever I'm feeling, but I couldn't think of what music that was. And then all of a sudden, I realized I'd really like to hear my music, but I couldn't because I hadn't put it out yet. It was a really strange feeling to realize that I had not brought forth the music that was inside me. And if I had, it could have helped me in that moment, and still just trapped inside, it burned even more. And who knows who else could have benefited from it. Life is hard, and we're all connected in this, and I think that context matters. Life is hard for everyone. This human machine that we're running is not easy to figure out, and the firmware is extremely buggy, and so even with privileged external circumstances, to really figure out how to thrive in this world and in this life, it's not easy or obvious for any of us. And we're all connected. We're collectively creating a lot of disharmony and suffering within ourselves, with each other, in our ecosystems. And so when you have something inside of you that you could bring out that could actually contribute to making things even just a little bit more harmonious, to just making things settle and accommodate a little bit better, then not doing that is not only a missed opportunity for you, it's a missed opportunity for all of us. So I'm not saying that we constantly have to be productive just to justify our existence. That's the toxic version of productivity culture. But I am saying that there's work worth doing. There are people to help, our own selves included. And when we work sincerely, put in that effort, we can help people on so many different dimensions. We could do a project to help people with their physical needs or with their emotional or mental needs, or to inspire or stimulate something inside of them. The music I make, the insights I share, the wellness practices, and the multicultural perspective all help me, and they can help other people too, not because I'm special, but because I've spent years developing these abilities, and now it's time to share them. You have your own unique set of skills and talents and perspectives and insights that you've soaked up and that naturally want to come back out of you, and that only you can share those. It's just another reflection of the many reflections of the natural cycle of giving and receiving. This is an ecosystem of unique human value. It's harmonious productivity. And if you're thinking, you use the word harmonious so much, sounds really nice. When I say harmonious, I don't mean just all nice and boring and everything perfect, but something much more dynamic and interesting. And I have a video specifically talking about the real meaning of harmony, which I'll link to. So yes, I really do think that you and I should be as productive as possible when it's time to be as productive as possible. It's not a case for being constantly productive. We don't need to be productive all the time. In fact, trying to be is actually counterproductive. You can't rest deeply unless you work hard, and you can't work hard unless you rest deeply. Maximum contraction allows for maximum relaxation, and vice versa. Work and rest aren't in opposition to each other. They're complementary opposites, or paradoxical synergy, where one actually helps the other. This paradoxical and synergistic relationship between work and rest is absolutely relevant to the conversation about productivity, but it's not the main point of what I want to focus on in this video. So maybe I'll come back and make a more in-depth video on that in the future. The focus of this video is why produce, what's the point of productivity, and how that relates to the strengths and weaknesses of productivity culture. Now, to be honest, I kind of got myself in too deep because I started just wanting to express something about how getting what's inside of us out is so important and healthy, but then ended up asking that question, why produce? What are we producing and why are we producing it? And then of course that can go so many different directions. There's so much to say about it. And so I really struggled to decide what to actually include in this video. I wrote so much more and then decided to cut it out and maybe save it for other videos, while still coming back to keep this video really focused on that question of why do we produce anything to begin with? Not too long ago, I feel like that question would have seemed almost absurd, and the answer just self-evident, that we produce in order to survive in a natural world where food and water are scarce, natural shelter is insufficient to protect us against the elements, and there are predators everywhere. Nowadays, we've amazingly built a society in which those basic needs are covered for a lot of us. And so now we still produce to survive in a lot of ways, but to survive systems that we've created. And sometimes these systems incentivize things that just keep the system spinning, but aren't necessarily really what's inside of us. And sometimes they even incentivize things that are harmful to us and harmful to the systems and ecosystems of which we're a part. And this is obviously another huge topic that we gotta take on at some point, but that's not the focus of this video. I don't see any point of denying the reality that in a very real way, we produce to survive. But I also don't think it ends there. If I were to ask you, why does an apple tree produce apples? You could definitely say that it produces them to survive, that every apple it makes increases its chances of propagating another apple tree somewhere else. And that's true. But it seems to me that an apple tree that's producing 400 to 800 apples every year for over 100 years is kind of going a bit above and beyond just basic survival. It's thriving and expressing its nature in the thriving. We could say that it makes apples to survive, But we could also say it makes apples because that's just its nature. That's simply what it does. It makes apples as an expression of its thriving and in a way to continue thriving. An apple tree, however, doesn't produce apples in every moment of its existence. It follows natural cycles and phases. When it's reached a certain point of maturity, when it's gotten to that phase in its life, and is in a fruiting season, it produces apples, just as an expression of its nature. We're the same way, and I feel like it's important to reconnect with that nature inside of ourselves and in this conversation about productivity. There are phases where the focus naturally isn't on productivity, but there are also phases where the fruit inside of us is absolutely ready to come out, and we should do everything in our power to support that, to be as productive as we possibly can be in those phases. We all have natural productive phases of various scopes and scales, and recognizing them helps us know when it's valuable to dig in and be as productive as possible, and when productivity is simply not the appropriate mental frame. Now, these phases for us humans don't seem so clearly defined as they are in apple trees, and there are many scopes of how these phases interact with each other, and I feel like syncing up with them and understanding them is pretty important, so that's something that I'll continue to explore in a future video. For years, I felt like I was in a naturally productive phase of life and was ready to produce abundant fruit, but somehow just kept getting stuck along the way. I'd start projects and then hit an obstacle and lose focus and leave it halfway done. In 2022, I finished Con, which was my first major work, and which the name itself implies was really a huge moment of abundant fruiting, abundant harvest, and was such a shift inside of me. I definitely didn't just snap into perfect productivity since then, but I felt like it gave me some insights as far as what was going wrong before, and I've been able to, step by step, little by little, continue to shift my habits and my mindset and my processes to become much more productive in this phase of life that is really about a lot of productivity. Recently, I've been cycling back to a project that I left sitting for over 5 years called Less Than 3 live loop compositions, all with videos in beautiful locations shot in one take, each of them. And it's been feeling really good to finally get that project that got stuck along the way out. And that's part of what I've been talking about in the Open Loops series, as far as taking these things that are open that we would like to finish, organizing them, getting our mindset straight about how we've been kind of pulling against ourselves and sabotaging ourselves, illuminating those things and getting things done, wrapping them up, defragmenting the mind and the attention. And so that's part of what we've been getting into so far, and this playlist is here to support my process in that, because as I articulate what's helping and everything I'm learning about these natural phases, it's helping me to connect more with that and to keep that momentum going. And it's for you too. I want to support you, because it's possible that if you're watching this video that you also feel like you are in a productive phase, or that there's fruit that wants to come out, and it's possible that you too have had some certain things blocking that process. And so instead of this being just generic productivity advice, that's not to say there's not good productivity advice out there. Some of it's really good, actually, but a lot of it, I didn't find that any of it really addressed my specific issues, and as I figured them out, it's made a huge change, and I'm going to share those with you, and I'm here for you. I want to support you in bringing your unique fruit out of you into the world, because you need to do it and we need you to do it. So thank you for being here, and we'll continue on with this playlist of inner to outer harmonious productivity. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.